again, these are the beginning dogs of Shortzone. I mean, IPO1,
Stop. Yeah.
real easy to sit outside and, you know, tell us what we're all doing wrong. But, you know, this pressure comes when you're out here. And if our dogs are going to do those things that they never do in training, they're surely going to do them out here on this trial field. So I think we saw some of that today for sure. Right, Steve? Yeah. So let me start with Steve and Tucker. They had a rough day out there. And overall, you know, obviously more focused. There was a lot of handler help. And I'm just going to kind of briefly go through. I know you know most of the things, but I don't know your dog, so I can't, you know, I don't like to ever try to give any kind of constructive criticism because you know your dog better than anybody. So, you know, what you do out there, that's, you know your dog. So, more focus is what needs to be done out there with the healing, and that leads over into all the other exercises as well, and your build up, and focus on you when you do the motion exercises and so on. So, the healing off lead is unsatisfactory. You had to wipe out turns, a lot of extra commands, trouble in the group. The sit, the basic was correct, the build up, you could be more focused, but little handler help to do the sit, but he does do it. And then you look behind, make sure, I mean, again, stuff we do in training that we don't realize that we're doing out there on the field, but still low good category, the down with recall, the build up, our basics correct, the build up, again, more focused, little handler help on the command, and he could do it a little faster, but he does. The speed could come in a little quicker when you get the command recall. Not really any front kind of blocked him because he wanted to go around the wide finish. Still in the low satisfactory category. The retrieve, you have to take the dog with you to get the dumbbell. Okay, so in the future, let the dog needs to be with you so that you don't set him and then go get the dumbbell. Okay. Yeah, when you go to get the dumbbell, right, take the dog with you to the dumbbell stand or where it is, and you kind of sat him there in front of the wall, then walked over and got the dumbbell. The dog needs to be with you. Okay, it's just FYI. So the retrieve on the flat, he starts off a little crooked in the basic, and you have extra commands to, you know, get him to go. He goes out in decent speed and could come back a little quicker. And then we move to the basic position because he doesn't want to come to you. So unsatisfactory on the retrieve on the flat, and basically we got the same thing on the jump. He basics correct, he hits going out, doesn't on the return quicker, and then won't really come to you. You have to break the basic position, and technically when you break the basic position, they tell you all the points are gone. Yeah, so that's why the dog really has to get within where you can reach him. If you got to do this, you're breaking that basic position. Okay, so unfortunately that's unsatisfactory. The wall, you have basically the same thing. He just needs to be closer to you and we can get the point. Exactly. Hold it a little more firm, but overall the main thing is getting close to you where you have to break the basic to get to him. Okay? And the send away, I know you were getting a little flustered there, and I appreciate you staying out, because it is. It's really taxing on the person and, of course, the dog. When the person starts getting taxed, the dog gets taxed. But you stuck it out and stayed out there, and I appreciate that. That shows true sportsmanship to continue to go through the whole thing. Make sure you show a basic, then you have the build up, and you send, and you just kind of started walking out. And, you know, we had talked, I don't think you even wanted to do it. And I said, let's do it, and you did, and he actually went out down when you told him. So that was still barely a satisfactory. The down, he did very well, high SG, but today we don't have enough points for passing, okay? But thanks a lot. I mean, again, it takes a lot of sportsmanship to be out there, guys. So, Brett with Booker. Off-lead healing, he really shows nice position, nice focus to you. The about turns are nice and tight. Your right turns, everything's really, really nice. High SG and awfully healing. The sit out of motion basic is correct. The build up good. You give the command, you can sit a little faster. Okay. Still in the low, very good category. The down with recall, the basic's correct. The build up is good. When you give him the down command, he could go a little faster, and he's a little unsettled. Yeah, he whines a little bit, and which he's excited, but I have to make comment about it because whining is a settling thing, and they want the dog to be quiet. Okay. Oklahoma allergies. So the speed's good on the recall. Slightly crooked on the front, and the finish is correct. Still, I think we're in a very good category. He shows a lot of pizzazz. You know, he really enjoys being out here. Great working relationship between the two. Retrieve on the flat.
Something you never know.
Right.
It was just a knocking over the feather. Right?
I think, you know, you were surprised, and and then, you know, I said, you know, to Brett, I said, you know, calm down a little bit, let's do this again, and, you know, I think the command was a little bit different, or I don't know what, but, you know, he did it, okay, but low satisfaction. You know, we're at OB1, be careful when he's in the basic and you throw it, he tends to come up, so he's not sitting. So that's going to be a point deduction. So it's a minor thing, but still, same thing with the, okay, well you had two commands to get it.
That's another one. We sweated blood on the send out. He doesn't do the two things I expect him to almost do offhand.
Right. And he can hold the dumbbell a little more firm.
Right.
And then again, like with the front hooks, okay, the finish, and make sure you wait him out because he didn't want to sit. You just move on. Give him a little bit of time. Maybe he'll find that sit. Okay. But again, satisfactory. The retrieve over the 1 meter. Again, he kind of rocks up, isn't sitting, a little restless, and then make sure you only give one command pump. You don't give another one to return, and that carries over in the wall as well. Okay, so it's just one pump, and then the command is break. Okay, just so you got that. So he can hold the dumbbell a little firmer on the return as well, and the front's good, the finish still in the satisfactory category. You know, the retrieves, there's so many points. You know, it really is a lot of points. Over the wall, good speed out and back, hold the dumbbell a little more firm, make sure that's set in the basic, but still in the good category. And so, I also made a notation to wait for the judge, you know, so I'm still writing and he's eager to get it done and starts to go, so you got to give me a little bit of time to write. So be careful on that the next time, okay? So the basic was right, your build up. You didn't take it, you have to go 10 to 15 minimum, okay? So lose 10 paces. So be careful of that. But he goes out fast, you give the command, he downs immediately, still in the good category. Long down extraction is excellent today, 86 I kind of did a do-over.
I kept carrying you down, but just giving you all the points that they could be doing, so.
Well, I did that, you know, and